Hi, I had said that I would do a video of how to put these windows in these Mustang IIs. I struggled with putting my first one in. It took me a while. I couldn't remember how it came out. So it took me a while to figure it out. I eventually did. I figured I would make a video of how to do this. First thing I would do is make sure that you clean the window well before you put it back in. Just a plain razor blade works wonders to scrape it if there's stuff on it, to get stuff off, particularly that's been set on down around the metal pieces. I don't have a lot of space I'm working with here in my garage right now, but we'll make do with what we can. So the first thing I'll tell you is I find that it's easiest to make sure that everything's removed from the door, like all your trim's removed, and that there's nothing on there that doesn't need to be on there. Now, this might be a pain if you're just taking it out, but the panels come off pretty easily, and this piece right here just has a couple screws, so removing as much as possible is handy. There will be people out there that tell you that it can be done otherwise. It's probably true, but I want to do it in the way that it makes it the easiest possible for me to do it, and this is the way it's easiest for me to do it. Okay, so you see I've just sat the window up on the door itself. You can see over here that plastic piece right there pretty much matches up with this part of the door that comes out. And then if we follow this down, again, we have these pieces that are going to have to fit in this channel, along with there's a back piece here that lines up here. So this is the kicker here. So you have these pieces here, this, and this piece here that have to all fit down there at once. And that, if you notice, there's just not a lot of room here to make this happen. And you can try to put the window in first with the front down, or back here, or the back down. You could try it in many different ways. I did, at least, and I couldn't make it work. But here's the way I made this work. So now you can see what I've done is I've tilted this window completely forward. A second ago you saw it was standing upright right there. I've now tilted it completely forward so you can see it's leaning in. That plastic piece is laying right there on the part that sticks out. This piece as well. And now you can see, you can't see it very well, but the pieces that stick out in the middle bracket are now down in the channel itself. Okay, so from this point, like I said, we got these pieces lined up with the holes here, and the metal pieces are in the bracket. All you have to do is start to stand this up. I'm trying to do this by myself, so once you stood it up, you need to let the front begin to angle down. Like you can see here, the front's angled down with the front plastic piece down in there. The back, you can see it's starting to go down through here. And now we still have this piece up here, but it's going to slide down here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just start to jiggle this a little bit and get this piece to slide down in that hole. Once it's down in there, the rest of it just falls right down. All right, now you can see I just jiggled it a little bit, and now this piece is down inside this little lip here, and all I've got left to do is that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do this with one hand, and hopefully won't drop this down in there and break something. But I'll just start to jiggle this a little bit. All right, now you can see with a little bit of jiggling, this is down in there, this piece is down in there, that's down in there, and now I'm going to stand it upright and it will fall down in. So there you go. The window is down in there. All right, so the window's in there. I'm going to run through this one more time, just the steps, to remind you. So we started out by putting the window upright in the channel. It was standing up. We had the front plastic cylinder here. The rear one was here, and the metal piece was laying right across here. What we then did was we laid the the window over at a 90-degree angle so it was flat out here. You had a plastic piece lined up here in the back, plastic piece lined up there in the front. But what had happened now is that those metal pieces that stick out in the middle, the bottom two had fallen down in here at that point in time. So they were wedged down in here. We then took the window from the 90 degrees and started to lift it back up to upright. What happened when we did that was the front piece fell down in here. The back piece was still up here. But the metal piece in the middle started to work itself down into here. We then, again, left the front piece angled down, started to jiggle the window back and forth. The top pieces that on the metal piece would then slide down in here. The back piece slid down in, and the window just fell right in. All right, so there you have it. It took me about 2 or 3 minutes to get it in this way. It was a lot easier than the other side, which I messed with for probably 2 hours before I finally figured out that's the way for it to go in there. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'm not an expert. I'm just I'm restoring this car. I've been working on it for about 2.5 years, and I've learned a lot. This is the third Mustang I've restored, but the first Mustang II I've done. So I'll be happy to answer questions, or if you have suggestions on other ways to do this, if there's an easier way to do it, I'm sure we'd all be happy to hear that or see the video of your own. But like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know.